I went to a poetry slam last night, and I wanted to kind of tell a little story to clarify for people why the entire queer community is grieving, and so many of our allies are grieving Orlando the way that we are, the Orlando shooting the way that we are, even if we didn't know one of the 49 people there. My trans friend was on stage performing, and while he was breaking down in tears talking about bathroom bills and all of the myriad ways that the trans community is being killed on a daily basis, a man stepped into the room behind me, and I think he was probably just another restaurant goer who heard the voices coming from the microphone and just stepped into the room to see what kind of event was going on in there. But for a few seconds, I was terrified and my heart leapt into my throat because I was looking at how vulnerable my friend was on that stage with his shirt that said trans across it. And when I was in my early 20s and I was healing from a lot of damage from the church, a lot of damage to my self-esteem over the fact that I'm a lesbian, I spent a lot of time at the bar. And I'm not a heavy drinker, but I spent a lot of time there because it was safe space. It was the place I could go where everyone knew I was gay and I knew no one was judging me for it. And what this shooting has done for so many of us is it has taken away our safe space. It has damaged that. And so even if you didn't know somebody, we all, I've read the list. I watched Anderson Cooper's video as he read off who these people were, and it was heartbreaking, and I cried. Sitting in a doctor's office waiting room, I cried. Because even if you didn't know them personally, they are every person I ever see at a gay bar, and they went to this place for a safe space, and they were slaughtered for it. So I'm going to do the poem right now that I performed last night at the slam. And my throat's a little scratchy, so I apologize for that. But I was a teen when I learned that my cousin was going to hell. I was mortified, standing on the cold tile floor beside my sisters. Blood ran from my bare feet into my cheeks as I listened to the Bible verses in King James English, telling me all the reasons that love could be a sin. I was terrified because I was head over heels in love with my best friend. I watched silently as Ellen DeGeneres became a falling star. I quietly glued Matthew Shepard's photo inside my journal. I swept sand through a desk-sized rock garden, while a counselor told me she understood if I kept it a secret. You will be discriminated against, you will be denied jobs, you won't marry or have kids, you might even be killed. But after a time, it became too important, and I did it. My friends joked that I didn't open my closet door, I shattered it. A wave of relief, I had done the impossible, it was over, except it wasn't. Because the next time I met someone new, I had to do it again. And I learned that coming out is present tense always. I've been coming out of the closet now for 17 years. I've come out in grocery stores, classrooms, banks, to coworkers, teachers, friends, poets, authors, to a musician I admire, to a politician I don't. And each time there's that flicker of fear that this person may have that reaction. The hesitant, the eyes darting away, the cough, or worse, you're going to hell, door slamming in my face, why don't you read the Bible, dyke? It's happened. Today, as I do this video, it is my wedding anniversary, and my wife is extraordinary. She is the most talented artist I've ever met. She has the kindest heart. She gives so much to the world that she often leaves little for herself. I worked hard for the right to marry. Toiling under a summer sun, knocking on doors, collecting signatures, hanging posters, I was told that I was an abomination, a sinner, a menace. I've done things I didn't realize I had the strength for and faced things that terrified me. But still, I continue to come out, in hopes that one day coming out won't be scary anymore. One day, lesbian, gay, wife won't hitch on my tongue, hesitate, falter as these words pass my lips. One day, I'll come out with no fear. One day I'll come out and I won't see that discomfort, that sign that they aren't quite sure how to handle this. Why do you need a pride parade? There's no straight pride day. This is why. Because we live in a world where I am still told that I am less than, where 49 people can die because they dare to love. And sometimes it's just easier for me to let strangers assume, when really I want to say to them, you should meet my wife, she'd blow your mind. I still need a pride parade, I still need a rainbow on my car, I still need to shout it sometimes, because even though we've come a long way in the last 17 years, even though my cousin's marriage is legal and Ellen DeGeneres is a shining star again, we're not quite there yet, because I keep finding myself standing on that cold tiled floor, heart pounding, cheeks red, coming out again.